Spike Lee. He keeps on churning out the hits, which will bring us to our first story. Let's take a look at this video.
Hello, this is Ron Stallworth calling. Who am I speaking with?
This is David Duke.
Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That David Duke?
God. Last time I checked. What can I do for?
Well, since you asked, I hate blacks. I hate Jews, Mexicans and Irish, Italians and Chinese. But my mouth to God's ears, I really hate those black rats. And anyone else, really, that doesn't have pure white Aryan blood running through their veins.
I'm happy to be talking to a true white American.
God bless white America.
So the film tells the weirder-than-life true tale of Ron Stallworth, a former intelligence officer with the Colorado Springs Police Department who in 1979 infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan. The twist, Mr. Stallworth is African-American, which is only the start of the story that finds him making a fool of the white supremacist David Duke. The film is called The BlackKKlansman. It was shown at the Cannes Film Festival, and the director, Spike Lee, had some choice words following the press conference. So let's take a look at that.
We have a guy in the White House. I'm not gonna say his name. It was a defining moment. It was not just for Americans, for the world. And that was given a chance to say we're about love and not hate. And that did not denounce the Klan, the alt-right, and those Nazi.
The film ends with footage of last year's Charlottesville Nazi rally. The resulting violence was in the death of Heather Heyer, and Trump's reaction, in which you see Spike referring to, he said that there were some very fine people on both sides. Spike Lee also clarified that he did reach out to Heather Heyer's mother to secure permission for the footage. It got multiple standing ovations. So it looks like the film was very well received. What is your takeaway from what we're hearing of this story so far?
So from what I read, a lot of this film came to him when he saw footage from Charlottesville, and he's like, that is the end of the next movie that I'm gonna see. But man, just seeing him, just like his demeanor in that press conference is very cathartic to watch that and have him say the things that he's saying, because we are all still angry, and time has passed since Charlottesville happened. In fact, this movie is coming out on the anniversary of Charlottesville, and we don't want to forget, and we should never forget. We should stay angry and continue to remember what happened here and hold the people accountable.
And also, I think we obviously haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm looking at this now. Apparently, it had a 6-minute standing ovation. Yeah, a 6-minute standing ovation during the credits, and the audience broke out into applause half a dozen times during the film's Monday night premiere. So I think it's important to celebrate important art like this, because art is a reflection of the times that we're living in. And I know what you mean, why it's sort of cathartic to watch Spike Lee just sort of sit there like seething.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah. But also recognizing, you know how we've been talking a lot about history and whether or not it's important, whether or not it's relevant. I think this is such a clear example of looking to our history and seeing how it is so important to learn from that and apply that context from what we've learned so history doesn't repeat itself. And this is a really interesting way of doing that.
Yeah, and he was also saying, similar to Do the Right Thing, this film isn't meant to provide any answers or solutions to what our ongoing problems are, but it's instead trying to create a dialogue and trying to help us start thinking about these different things.
So he said at the press conference, so this film to me is a wake-up call. He explained that like his earlier film, Do the Right Thing, BlackKKlansman is not intended to provide answers about the fight against racism, but to provoke discussion. I know in my heart, I don't know what the critics will say or anybody else. We are on the right side of history with this film. He said that to a round of applause. So people have been really receptive to this. I think it's like there's never been maybe a better time to use sort of history as a conduit for progress, and I think that movies like this is the way to go. We'd like to hear from you guys, though. I'm wondering what people thought about it.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear what other people. I'm curious to hear how David Duke reacts to this, because he's a character, like a real life character in there, played by Topher Grace.
Played very well, it looks like, by Topher
And I read an
Grace.
interview with Topher Grace and how he did not think he was going to get there, so it's so different from whatever he's done, but then he got it after he read for Spike Lee, and it's going to be a great film.
It's going to be,
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it too.